So I want to start this video with the unboxing of this Alfawise A8. This is an incredibly cheap box, like really cheap. It's 25 quid, so not a lot at all. But unfortunately, it's not one of those good cheap TV boxes like we sometimes get here at the MSQ project, like the Tanix ranges. They were really good then. And that X96 Mini, that was a really good TV box as well. You know, really versatile. Not so much the firmware was brilliant, but really versatile because there was a lot of, you know, things going on for them. So this has a Rockchip 3229 inside of it, and I'll start opening it up and show you what it looks like. And it has 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of storage, I think it was. Hang on, I think it says on the back actually. Yeah, 16 GB it says here. So it's a funny looking thing. I don't know why Alfawise insists on putting their branding on top of it, because I hate the name Alfawise. It sounds horrific. It really does. It's awful, but you know. Anyway, so we've got 3 USB ports on the side, 1 on the back. We've got a rubbish FPDIF port. That should be an optical port. It's not. Just a standard coax input. AV, HDMI input. We've got the LAN as well as the DC in, just a standard sort of one. Normally we see them on MSQ boxes. And yeah, just a plastic case. We've got Android 8.1 on the bottom for some reason. It makes a difference. And I thought this was going to be an actual display, but it's not. It's just a bit of clear plastic. Very random. I would have expected a clock display of some sort. So the reason I'm doing this unboxing is because you get this standard remote, and as we get into the actual firmware of this thing, you'll understand why. It's just a standard crappy IR remote, and they are truly dreadful pieces of crap, and yeah, hardly worth mentioning. We get the power supply. This is standard UK thingy. Nothing special going on there. Yeah, just a standard one. Nothing amazing, just 5 volt or 2 amp output, and a HDMI cable, which nothing special. Now we get a manual as well, of course, and again, nothing special going on there. Now it has 2 pictures of 2 different remotes. Now I wonder if this is the appropriate one, because basically what happens in the firmware is it has a voice search function, and it works in the firmware, but obviously this remote's not going to do nothing for you. But I wonder if that is the voice version. I wonder. It doesn't look that different on the actual picture itself. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. Could be, but anyway, this one doesn't come with it, so it's not really important, is it? And you get this sort of standard box with it, and I've seen this time and time again. It just normally comes on cheap boxes. Yeah, about 25 quid for this box, or what? That's about what, $32, $34, whatever it is. Anyway, let's turn it on and let's get on with it, because it's a bit of a train wreck, to be honest with you. And yeah, that Rockchip 3229 always finds its way into awful, awful TV boxes. So this is the launcher. I quite like it. It's very simple and straightforward. The background looks quite nice. And yeah, very simple and straightforward. So one thing I'm a bit confused about is this. It's got voice control, but it doesn't work. And there's certainly no microphone or anything built into the actual box itself. And I don't have a voice control remote included with the box itself. So why that's there, I have no idea. You could probably buy a voice control remote. No idea if it would work with this or not, but a bit strange considering they don't include one in the box. But anyway, there we go. So on the main menu, we've got YouTube, Aptoide TV, you know, settings, file explorer, Play Store, Netflix. That won't be proper Netflix. It'll just be your standard 480p sort of setup. We've got my apps as well. Again, you've just got all your, you know, straightforward stuff. yeah, nothing too amazing going on there. So this is Rockchip as well. So it's got RKMC built into it. We'll have a look at that in a second. And on the front, we've got, you know, this menu on the bottom, and you can add apps, etc. You know, this sort of launch has been around for a long time, and we can add that, we can add that, we can add that, we can add that, and you'll see it'll then change the display on the bottom to accommodate all that. So there we go. So let's have a look in settings. So we go to the about, and we can see it is just called a TV box. Very good. And we've got version 8.1.0. It's got a relatively up-to-date security patch, and we're running a 4.4.126 kernel. So that's pretty decent. That's not bad. So relatively new kernel for based socks like this, not bad. So we've got an RK322X, so that's a 3229, and yeah, so let's turn on the Wi-Fi now, because I'm interested to see if we can get wireless update. Okay, so we are connected to the internet, so I'm interested to see if they provide wireless updates. Being Alfawise, I highly doubt it, but you know, you can hope for the best. So we go to about, go to wireless update, and yeah, it's going to check for updates. So it's definitely, you know, connected to something. It's up to date at the moment, so you know, the fact that it's telling me it's up to date rather than just saying connection failure means that it is connected to some sort of server. Whether they continue to support this box or not is anyone's guess, and the fact that it's so cheap, I probably would say that they're not going to support it to continue forward, at least. Yeah, so anyway, let's start looking around the box. Let's see what else it can do and how well it can do it. Okay, so as all our videos, we test the YouTube app to see what it can do and how well it can, you know, stream YouTube basically. So let's go to our channel, MX. There we go, and it comes up in the search result, which is always a good thing, I guess. And then we go to our channel. Let's have a go and see what happens. Let's put my TV on mute so it doesn't make everything sound horrific when we're playing everything back. It's a bit slow in loading. I mean, I've got a pretty fast internet connection, and it's slow. Now, whether that's the YouTube app or the box, the hardware, who knows nowadays, because it's such a cheap device. The chances are it's probably going to have cheap hardware in it, so things just aren't going to be that fast. Let's get some stats for nerds up, make sure it's actually playing at the right. So optimal resolution, it says it can play 1080, which is good to see. But current is 640 by 360. So yeah, there's definitely, it's struggling with the connection, and it's struggling to play anything really. Come on, box. No. Yes, maybe. No, it's just not playing it at all. I mean, the 3229 Rockchip processor was never that great. It was a really cheap processor. I mean, I thought the S805 and S905, when they first came out, I thought they were cheap, but this is ridiculously cheap. But it's cheap for a reason. But it's probably not causing this, but it's certainly not helping. Right, okay, I'm going to give up with YouTube because it's not even going to play a basic video like that one I did just the other day. Okay, so it's playing now. It's not optimal. It's not playing in 1080p. We're still getting that 640 by 360. We're not dropping any frames, but it's not the best. Oh, are we picking up? It must have a really cheap Wi-Fi, or a very poor Wi-Fi sort of setup in here. I'd imagine if I open it up, it's probably got a really small antenna, if any antenna at all. It's definitely not. Oh, here we go. We're actually picking up a little bit. 854 by 480. Oh, and we've gone to 720p now. We're getting there, guys. Getting there slowly. And we're glitching out a bit. Oh dear. Not very good, is it? So I'm going to log into the Play Store and download a few things like games, see how they run. The 3229 has never fared too well when actually playing some graphically intensive games. Assault 8, for example, like we test on most boxes. But before we do that, let's go to Files, because I'm interested in how it runs those jellyfish files that I always talk about and enjoy playing. Right, we're glitching out a bit. I think there must be something wrong with the HDMI. I know that HDMI cable I've got plugged into it is perfect, so who knows. Anyway, we're going to run this 1080p file, see how it runs, and then we're going to play the 4K one. Here goes nothing. We're going to use this standard media center. We'll just once, and we'll see how we go. So it's loading up, and yeah, very, very good. Everything's nice and smooth. Now, when I play the 4K one just in a second, you guys won't be able to see 4K because my device can only record at 1080p, and I think it's actually set at 720p. So you're going to get downscale, but you just have to, trust me when I say it, say what I think of it. But here we go. So that's playing perfectly fine, and I'd be quite happy to run most files on that. So come out of that, and we'll go to the 140 megabytes a second version of the 4K. So this SD card might struggle to deliver, so I might have to transfer it onto the eMMC. So we'll see how we get on. So let's play it, and we'll just use it just once and see how we go. So as you can see, it's struggling along. So that could be a bottleneck because of the SD card that's actually trying to run it, send the data across. So I'll come back in a second. I'll transfer it onto the eMMC storage, and then we'll see how we get on from there. So I'm just copying the file over. It's taking a bit of time. I mean, it's not that big, but we'll test how fast the eMMC is just in a second. But we're nearly there, 90% almost, and then we can play it and see how we get on. Come on, box, hurry up. Nearly there. See, hopefully that's picking up on the recording, because there's something wrong with the actual eMMC. So anyway, it's on the actual on the eMMC storage, so it's going to play as fast as the box can possibly handle it, if that makes sense. I could transfer it onto a faster SD card, but really we'll want to find out how fast the actual internal storage, because if the internal storage isn't fast enough, then the box has no hope, does it? Anyway, let's press play and let's see. So just once, and here we go. Ready. And yeah, not bad. I can see it's a little bit out. There's maybe a frame or two dropping, but it's not too bad. I would like to test it on a proper 4K TV, however, just to get the full experience, but it's not too bad. It's just that there's something wrong with the HDMI cable or the HDMI port on the box. It's just not behaving itself. There's definitely something going wrong there. And I know the HDMI cables I'm using are half decent, so not the best start for this box, I don't think. And there we go. It's struggling to actually keep up because it's having to load it. Yeah, it's struggling. Now, it struggled with the 1080p. It did have a moment, but that was on the storage, so I don't think it can handle the actual size of the file and the amount of data that's required to play it. Not very good, is it? So here we are in the Play Store, and I think I'm just going to download a couple of different games. Probably just start with Asphalt. Takes a while to download this, and we'll see how that gets on, I think. But so far, so good. I've been pretty hard on this just in the last couple of minutes, but the firmware seems stable enough. It seems to do what I want it to do. Things are loading up when I want it to load it up, apart from obviously the stream in the YouTube app, the YouTube videos I was trying to stream. But everything just seems to want to do what I ask it to do. Granted, it's not the fastest, but at least it's not crashing. And believe me, a lot of these cheap boxes just crash and crash and crash. Now, normally I do like cheap TV box. Oh, you probably heard that in the background, didn't you? That was my postman. Anyway, so see, now it's just been a total letdown because it's just totally and utterly crashed. Right, okay, guys. I think I'm just gonna stop this review here because I thought it was gonna be all right. I thought we were gonna have at least half stable firmware, but no, it's not at all, guys. It's just very, very poor. It's a bad TV box for 25 quid. You could buy so much better because you get the X96 Mini, and I love that box. It's great. It's a very cheap box, very small box, does everything I need it to do, and it certainly doesn't crash like this. So another failed one, I think, from Alfawise. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, another disappointing TV box. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Avoid this box if you can. Check out the X96 Mini review I done, or the Tanix boxes, because they're cheap boxes as well. Really cheap boxes, but the system doesn't lag. They don't normally crash, and they do everything I tend to do with them because they're just great all-rounders. Now, we do a lot of like modifications, installing new firmware and stuff here on the MXQ project. Might not be something you want to do, but at least these boxes, like the Tanix and the X96, etc., do what you need them to do. This is just a buggy mess, clearly, and loads of mistakes have been made, and it's been rushed, like all the other cheap TV boxes out there. Anyway, thanks again for watching. My name's Matthew. I have rambled a little bit, and I do apologise for that, but, you know, it is what it is. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to check out the website, mxqproject.com, the Facebook group, Twitter, and if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and we shall see you very soon.